Hey there, this is Gerald Rise, a woman sitting on recording live for Stone Mountain, Georgia. And in today's video, I want to talk about the marketing lessons I learned from working with Future to his $50 million empire. Now, before I get into the information, make sure you bang that like button, bang that subscribe button. And now, let's get into the marketing lessons I learned working with Future to his $50 million empire. So, if you never got a chance to take a look at a video I did in the past on the lessons I learned working with Future, I'm actually going to share with you a little bit on, first of all, how I even came together with Future when I was in the entertainment business some years ago. So me and Future actually went to high school together, okay? Back in high school, we actually called him Meathead at the time, okay? And so when I actually graduated from high school and also went on to college is actually when I got into the entertainment business. And I got into the entertainment business per se more when I was actually at FAMU. But when I came back to Atlanta and I attended Georgia State University, that's actually when I decided to take the entertainment business all the way seriously. And so pretty much I actually became a party and concert promoter here in Atlanta, Georgia. I also did artist management. And so one night I was actually out in the town and I was in a club and I actually ran into Future. And at the time, he was actually on his come up in terms of coming up here in Atlanta as a artist. And I was on my come up in terms of coming up as a promoter and also getting into artist management time. And so pretty much I actually had a conversation with him that night while we was out and about in the club. And through that conversation, I told him, I said, hey man, we should actually come together and actually do an event together where you headline as the artist and of course I promote the event. And I already had a venue that I already was promoting here in Georgia called Sears Lounge, where pretty much every Saturday night we had a big party every single night. We had one of the biggest parties literally on the east side of Atlanta. Some weeks we had celebrities, some weeks we did it. It was always still a big crowd. So when I shared this with Future, he said, yeah, I'm with it. And so pretty much the next day or so, I got on the call with him and he was like, hey, G Money, because that's actually what they called it back then. He said, listen, I come through, but you guys actually gonna have to give me $1,200, $600 deposit, $600 when I show up and give me and my people some food and bottle service. And so I said, all right, deal. So we actually met downtown on Peachtree Street, and pretty much I actually had him to sign an agreement, and I gave him the $600 deposit. Now, let me tell you something about Future that I actually discovered in terms of his work ethic. I actually called Future and I told him prior to the event, I said, listen, I need you to actually do a drop for a radio commercial, right? That we was actually going to be running to actually promote the party as he was lounge. And Future was like, okay. I said, yeah, but what I need you to do, I actually want you to come down to the radio station and do the drop, right? And Future was like, no, I'm in the studio right now. I can do the drop right now. And he said, I can do it right now. I'm not leaving the studio. I was like, okay, yeah, this guy's work ethic is on a whole nother level when it comes to his craft. That's a big takeaway right there in terms of his work ethic, right? And then pretty much from there, me and my team actually went on to start marketing the event. Like our level marketing compared to today's marketing, like today, a lot of people to me, they take more of, I should say, easier routes when it comes to marketing compared to how we used to market. So we used to leverage social media to market events. Back then, of course, it was Facebook. And even before then, it was actually MySpace. And we as well leveraged like YouTube as well in terms of showing previous footage from events that we did in the past. But we also as well had to literally get out in the streets and pass out flyers. So we pressed up 5,000 flyers to promote this Future party. And me and my team, we hit the streets, right? And what I mean by that, we would hit out let outs in terms of like clubs letting out. at night throughout the week. We'll hit up all the cars with flyers. We'll literally hit up all the gas stations, literally all the barbershops, hair salons. We'll be in the malls, putting out flyers in stores and hanging up posters and stuff like that. Go downtown, Atlanta, hit up underground with flyers and posters everywhere and stuff like that. And so we used to go extremely hard in terms of marketing. This is where I believe a lot of my marketing savvy came from to even what we're doing today when it comes to the digital marketing side of things. Not only that, as well, yes, we would do email blasts, do text blasts, we do all that type of stuff to market the event. Now, I'm going to tell you this. In the beginning, and I actually talked about this in the lessons Learn Working with Future video I did a while back, is that in the beginning, the club owner of Secrets, he didn't really believe that this particular event was going to go as big. Because at the time, Future only literally had like a song where he was featured on where it was called Racks on Racks, and it actually was with an artist named YC, Y'all Chris, which is actually a guy that I grew up with off of Glenwood Road in Decatur, Georgia. I've been knowing him since we were literally kids, and I also did him at Secrets Lounge. And he also had a song that was starting to get hot called Watch This, featuring the artist Rocco. And he was actually finna ready to drop a mixtape called Dirty Sprite. But like I say, John, who actually was the owner of Secrets, he didn't really believe the party was going to be that big. Right? But I did. I believed that he was going to bring the crowd. Long story short, the night of the event, the entire parking lot of Secrets Lounge was full. Full. The club literally was to capacity where the fire marshals came out and said, we cannot let anyone else in. And so Future came out, he seen the crowd, he was even shocked.
Astronaut kid, nigga, outside Secrets, nigga, about to go in this bitch, make a movie, nigga, it's gonna be epic, everything 2011, we doing the extra, nigga, we bringing extra goons, nigga, we bringing extra money, nigga, extra to the club, you know what I mean, you know, we turned all the way up, nigga, breaking the knob off, Secrets, my nigga G-Money brought me out, man, shout out to that nigga Jonathan, you know what I'm saying, double salute to the streets, the whole motherfucking east side, nigga, Little Mexico, and the dumb strong way. Free band gang, A1 since day one, nigga, double salute, Dirty Sprite, nigga, 24 out of 24, I'm on ghost.
Him and his entire crew, he brought what they call Little Mexico out to the party. That's where he's from, Kirkwood, here in Georgia. So he brought all of them out, they standing out there. I'm having to help out a little bit with security in terms of control out in the parking lot amongst all the people. He comes in, we give him the $600 in terms of him showing up. We give him bottle service and food for him and his people. And he does a fantastic show. He rocks it out. Now, the next day, Future calls my phone. G-Money, right? He said, listen, hey, appreciate you having me out last night. Appreciate the show, appreciate the love. You had a great time. Seemed like everybody rocked with us. He said, but listen, you owe me another check. And I was like, what do you mean I owe you another check? We gave you the $1,200. That's what the deal was. He said, man, as big as that party was last night, you only going to give me $1,200? I said, man, deal is a deal, brother. He said, you know what? You're right. So what he said was, well, just send me over the footage. I'm going to use it for promotion. So I sent him the footage, and that was it. Now, what ended up happening is I actually reached out to Future again for some more partners. Matter of fact, he did my birthday party at Secrets Lounge, as well as I did them right here in front of this building I'm standing in front of. I did them here. This place actually used to be called Echelon 3000. And me and my brother Easy, who had a company called Easy Entertainment, literally we used to promote this club on Sunday night. So we also did it on Thursday nights at times too. But at this particular time, we was going on Sunday night. And we did Future. Now, I'm going to tell you, for this particular party, it was not $1,200. Okay? Because Future started to understand his worth. And see, as an entrepreneur and business owner, my question to you is, do you thoroughly understand your worth? in terms of how you pricing your particular products and services at this time. Are you pricing it based off the value that you provide and the transformation of the problems that you're solving for your particular clients? Or you just pricing based off of what you believe people can afford or what you see other people charging, whatever the case may be? If that's the case, you want to take some lessons from Future here, okay? Because for this particular party, Future charged us $4,000 at Echelon 3000. He went up, right? And then not only that, he came and he did the party, he rocked it out. And I would say this, I actually ended up going to Miami around this time as well, like a little after this party. And matter of fact, it was me and my girlfriend at the time. We went to Miami for her birthday party, for her birthday. Actually, to really celebrate as well, my boy Easy, who was having a birthday party down in Miami. We went down there. And I never forget, my brother DJ Knight actually calling my phone. And he was saying, hey, G, I got this artist that want to get a feature from Future. Because everyone knew I was real connected with Future. So I said, all right, cool. He said, yeah, he got a $1,200 budget. All right? That's what he said, a $1,200 budget. I said, okay. So I said, let me call Future. I hung up, I called Future. Future picked up the phone. He said, what's good, G, man? I'm in the studio. Always in the studio. I said, yeah. Hey, Future, I got an artist, man. He actually want to get a feature from me. He said, how much you got? I said, $1,200. He said, oh, okay. Tell him to come with $4,800 more. And that was pretty much it, right? I got all DJ Knight back and told him. That's what he wanted. So he started to know his worth. And the thing about it as well, let me tell you about Future's work ethic that I learned a lot from. And I attempted at that time to get my artists to realize this when it came to work ethic as well. And you need to look at this as well as an entrepreneur and business owner in terms of this type of work ethic. I never forget that one time, me and one of my brothers and business partners at the time, Smurf, has a company called Smurf World Entertainment here in Atlanta. He also owns a club now here in Georgia as well. And I never forget, me and Smurf used to promote this club called Kamal's 21 on Fridays, right, in Buckhead, in Atlanta. And I never forget, we sitting in there in the day shift, eating lunch, because we're meeting with Kamal, who actually owns Kamal's 21, right? And we're in there, meeting, talking about pretty much our marketing plans and stuff like that when it came to the club. And Future walks through the door. This is in the daytime, right? Day shift, lunchtime. He walks through the door. He comes over, shakes me and Smurf hand, and also Kamal, and he goes straight to the DJ booth, and he gives the DJ Dirty Sprite 1, which was his mixtape he was pushing at the time. The DJ starts to play it. He sits up in the DJ booth the whole time while the DJ's playing it, just observing the reaction in the day shift to his mixtape. And after that, pretty much, he came back out as they was done playing his entire mixtape pretty much. And he told me and Smurf he was going back to the studio and he'll be back tonight to do the same thing. That was this guy's work ethic in terms of marketing. I got to ask yourself, how are you going about marketing your business in terms of your work ethic? Right? What are you doing when it comes to content creation for your particular business? Are you being very consistent? I know I talk to entrepreneurs and business owners all the time to tell me, I don't want to create a lot of content. I don't want to hardly post on social media and these type of things. Well, how do you actually expect to grow a business with no type of online presence or digital footprint in 2025? And so these are some of the lessons I learned from Future. And I'm going to tell you this, my Future seeing me out so much and me as well doing so much business in the city, I actually had got an opportunity offered to me to be Future's road manager. This was in his beginning stages. his role manager. I actually met with a guy named Propane, owns a company called Propane Media, right? At that time, he pretty much was the president of A1 Records, which is Rocco's record label, which Future was affiliated with at that particular time. And he actually did a meeting with me at Magic City here in Atlanta for lunchtime and was talking to me about being Future's role manager. And me and Future also had a conversation about it as well one night here in the city. I declined on the offer at that time because I had my own entertainment company with my own artists I was managing, and I'm very loyal to my people, right? Even though wanting to see Future become very successful. Matter of fact, I was one of the first people to text Future when his song Watch This literally broke on V103 here in Atlanta. I was texting his phone and he was texting me back. I told him he's out of here. I wanted to see him be successful. And I'm glad he's going on to become a major success. I can tell you this, once I departed the entertainment business from artist management and club promotions, I would have people calling me still attempting to get the Future. And at that time, Future had stopped booking his own shows. Because I actually could just go through Future to book his shows. I didn't go through management. So I had to call his booking agent. And she told me Future was at $20,000 at that particular time. Then I started to hear he went up to 40, 80, 100,000, over $1 million. And not even just doing clubs and not even really doing clubs like that anymore, doing concerts, doing festivals. And now he's this mega success and built this $50 million empire. So those are some of my marketing lessons I learned working with Future. That, of course, led to his $50 million empire. I would definitely love to hear from you some of your biggest takeaways from this particular video. Feel free to drop them in the comment section, right? Also, make sure you got something out of this. Make sure you bang that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content just like this and hear about more content just like this. Also, feel free to share this around with anyone else you feel could benefit. And also, if you're an entrepreneur, you have a coaching business, consulting business, you have an online course, or some type of service-based business, and you're looking for a way to consistently pack your calendar with qualified appointments to be able to scale up to 20K to 50K plus a month in under 60 days without paid ads, I'm actually going to have a link to a case study, a free case study in the description. Just click on the link, put your information in, you get access to the case study for absolutely free. With that said, this is Gerald Bass with the Rise of the 1%. Have a phenomenal day on purpose.